forward to this. I'm still not over it, which is great. It's been days and I'm still not over it. I mean, it hurts losing a really, really amazing and fundamental character like Lexa. Yeah. Can we skip this episode? Because it's called Terms and Conditions. No, it doesn't work. Puns don't work or whatever. No, I'm not looking forward to this. The way that the 100 deals with emotion and all of that really does kill you. Especially after death, but... I guess we gotta get through it at some point. But yeah, hello everyone, Liam Catterson here. We're on the 100. Episode number 8 of Season 3, which is called Terms and Conditions. So yeah, Lex is dead. I don't think I've made that point any clearer. I don't think my emotions made that point any clear. But we also got information about Ali 2.0, which is basically the spirit of the commander. Which was basically, the first one was basically Becca, considering she injected herself with the Nightblood. Well, it wasn't called Nightblood at the time, I think, but, you know, they would later adopt it to become Nightblood. And that's the only compatibility to determine who's gonna, you know, be header, basically. So, yeah, that, like I said, that was really, really great to explore, the world ending. How Polaris came Polus, everything. But, you know, it wasn't great losing Lexa. Especially since we had a really, really beautiful Lexa moment. Shall we just get on with this? Extended reactions on Patreon, let's go.
To greet them as we greeted those we caught outside your walls today. We left the bodies for the animals.
It's enough.
Damn. Well, at least they're keeping the animals happy.
Bellamy, choose the side that's best for your people.
Yes. Come on, Bellamy. Don't give Pike
Do
away.
that every day.
Ah, Bell.
So far, nothing has changed my mind.
Oh, Bellamy. This prick needs to die!
Camp-wide surveillance.
You want us to spy on our people?
That could be a conspiracy, you never know.
We can't do what's needed to defend this camp if every order I give is leaked before it can be executed. It's an old saying, but it's true. The walls have ears.
No, the tables have ears.
We change our patterns, forget our habits, take a different route through camp each time we go out. Assume that there are eyes on us at all times.
Or we could just shock Lash Pike's fascist ass and hand him to the ground.
Yeah, I love your thinking.
Not to mention treason. And this
Don't care. Pike's a dick.
The more minds turn to the task, the more powerful Ali becomes.
No, you don't want to give Ali that power.
To finding that second AI.
One problem.
When Abby shut us down, Pike confiscated our chip maker.
Then we need to get it back.
Oh boy.
Who's gonna be crazy enough to...
I don't even need a whole bottle. Just give me a glass.
Jasper.
Float you, Sinclair.
Polite. No.
Like you all did the right thing when you turned in that boy Finn?
I mean, this
You
was a similar
surrendered one of the
scenario,
young
wasn't
lives you
it?
swore to protect, and the Grounders did what they always do. They betrayed you. There's only one way for this war to end.
No.
We put the Grounders down and keep them down until they know better than to take one.
You won't be able to say no one told you there was a better way out.
No, when this ends with Arcadia victorious.
Oh, stop
you'll
being
only
so
have yourself to
clouded,
blame
you
for choosing
ignorant
to
swine. Fuck off. I hate you.
Pike, we lure their reinforcements onto the ridge, and once we have enough Grounders in the killing box,
We detonate.
Kaboom.
It'll buy us some time, but
time's what we need.
Oh, they will. Fuck.
We
you got a work order for that?
Sure. I think it's on my desk.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh shit, here we go. Fuck. Fuck, this is tense.
Anything?
Not a word.
Because I think Sinclair knew he was going to get captured. Hence why. This is your last chance to pull out.
Got a little baked. Just sit back, watch the sky, playing,
Oh, wow.
on which planet would you rather? The answer is always Earth. You're such dumbasses.
Aww.
That's it.
What?
What?
The code is an alphanumeric sequence representing the word Earth.
Good job,
Ooh,
Looks
neat.
like Monty was thinking about the same window you were.
Okay. Not neat to advance Ali's thing, but...
If something helps you survive, it's always the right thing.
Is it?
Pike taught me that. Taught all of us.
The Mountain Men wanted that ideal of
keeps us
survival
alive.
too, and that was draconic.
You do what it
Well,
takes.
survive on the Earth.
Whatever it took. I have a message for you from Kane. Get ready. Tonight's a go.
The perfect game that they are not playing. Oh. It's great that, you know, Kane and Co have the upper hand, it seems, and they have... Oh, this is juicy.
You don't think she'll be the next to die?
Ooh.
Of course not. Think about where this ends. Half the camp behind bars, while the other half starves. People won't stand for it.
You think that's
They'll turn
acceptable?
against Pike. But by
You
then
wanna-
it'll be too late.
You want to be on that
Pike
receiving end?
Pike's always got him. Because I hoped you'd join me.
Join the light side,
Still
Bell.
not too late to choose the right side.
But he's already chosen.
That's exactly what I came here to tell you.
Yeah, here we go. Someone want to give him a mallet across the head?
To go.
I don't remember anything about him at all.
Oh my god, this is heartbreaking.
We can't let her have this. Run.
Your painful memories and those associate. That's fucked.
Don't stand there and try and take the high road with me. It's demeaning.
I did nothing wrong.
Nothing that I can prove
You
yet.
are absolutely.
Sinclair will give you up. It's only a matter of time. It's over, Marcus.
The stick.
What do you got?
I love how the 10 steps ahead.
I'm not the one who needs to be silenced.
Look at. Oh! Taking the rap. Pull Sinclair though. Taking the rap. There we go! This is sick! I'm sorry, Bellamy, but this is for your own good. Oh, Jesus! Jesus!
I don't suppose you know anything about this?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Go on! Go on, Kane! Yes! Go on, Kane! You're my favorite now! Go on! You can eat shit, Charles!
You left me no choice.
Go on! Kane's got to... Come on, Kane. Make it out of there. Pike deserves to get yeeted out the sky, though. How did Bellamy get there so fast? Jesus! Well, we tried.
To serve the world of the past, not of the future.
And that's what you should be looking to, a future
Thank you one last
union. Drop this ground of hate
See
shit.
the world as it is, not as it was, or as you want it to be.
For the crimes of treason, kidnapping, and attempted murder, I hereby sentence you to death.
Fuck you! Die! Eat vomit! I hope you choke. Come on, Bellamy! Snap out of this! Shoot him in the head! Can't take this. He's driving this place to ruin!
Sir. Are we really killing our own people now?
Thank you! Thank you!
Execution makes it clear once and for all where people's allegiances need to lie.
It's a dictatorship of bullshit. Come on. Beat him up, Bellamy.
Good man. You're dismissed.
He's got to turn. He's got to surely turn on him. Oh boy. This is not good. This place is the lowest of the low.
Thanks, Mom.
Glad someone is, I guess.
Were you able to identify anyone Kane was working with?
No.
Come on, Bellamy!
I do it every day.
Come on, Bellamy. I just want him to shoot Pike in the head. Oh my god. There's that turn now. He is turning. He knows that this shit from Pike is not on, and something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. So I'm just ready for Bellamy to just fuck shit up. Oh boy, so that was a bit of a doozy. I will admit that I am kind of disappointed with the fact that we what I was expecting, especially when I realized, okay, so I think this episode's going to be focusing on Arcadia and, the squabbles with Pike and all of that. I did expect that this episode, especially with, Kane working behind the scenes, him not being the victim, that there would be some kind of turn of events or something like that, because, I think with this episode being a standalone Arcadia episode, I think this would be a good time for, Pike to be forced into resignation and all of that. But, no, I was a bit disappointed, I'm not gonna lie, with the fact that, this episode's still going to continue. But I'm also a bit pleased as well, considering Bellamy's now seeing the light, considering Harper and Miller, I think it was, they were under, heavy fire and, Bellamy covered for them. So yeah, it was just really, it's great to see Bellamy finally coming to his senses because, it's so interesting. I think Bellamy's character this season has probably been the most interesting one because we've gone from Bellamy, who hated the Grounders. I started liking him a bit more with his character and everything we knew about him through season 1. And then season 2, he was more likable and more approachable. We started season 3, with, him, being okay with the Grounders. But after shit shows happened, Pike influenced him, especially at a vulnerable stage. Pike influenced him that, siding against the Grounders and the Grounders were doing bad was, the way to believe. So, Bellamy's character has just been so interesting because, there's times you just want to punch him in the face. But thank goodness he's realizing that there are limits. Which is, I think, okay, because Bellamy's, like he said it himself, he's willing to do anything to save his own people, and, now, he's realizing there's this dictatorish, way, for, like there's this dictatorish direction that, Pike's going in, and, he's realizing that the lines are being drawn. So, yeah. I mean, it doesn't help with the fact for Bellamy that, he's also been at war with the Grounders, and he thought that they were bad news, and then he came to realize, okay, maybe they're good news, and then he got stabbed in the back. So, they do not help with, his mindset and all of that. But, Bellamy's starting to turn. Although I was hoping when they had that little confrontation after Kane was being sentenced to death, which, if he does die, we're gonna have words. By the way, little side note, Kane was absolutely superb, especially with his speeches and all of that, and, him playing, the perfect game, him fooling everyone, considering the fact that, Pike was, trying to be 10 steps ahead and trying to trap them basically into doing something. But then, Kane went to Sinclair and said, hey, so you can do this thing and we can get back at Pike and all of that. It will be a bit of a bitch, but, we're going to play this game. So, and we're going to try and stop Pike and give him to the Grounders and all of that, since he's not willing to go, willingly. Some might say that Kane, that from Kane alone might be a bit shaky, but as we know, the war isn't with the Grounders, it's with his own people at this point. Sure, he's ready to go to war with the Grounders and all of that, but, at this point, there's, if there's like a bar and there's like a little needle with the Grounders and the humans, who he hates, who he's going to war against the most, it's the people at Arcadia. So, yeah, it's just really, really frustrating that Pike still gets to live. I mean, we had Lexa dying in the last episode. Why can't, and that's so funny, actually. Like, we go from, an emotional episode, and the last thing we need is Pike. An entire episode with Pike. I mean, not entire, because we had some City of Light stuff, which we'll get to in a minute, because that was heartbreaking. Just to add into even more agony. But, I really, really enjoyed, like, this little plan that we had. A nice little, one up, each other thing. Cause, like I said, Pike, was trying to, think that Kane and co were completely oblivious and trap them, have the car that, Sinclair was working on, have that be the bait and the trap and, the cheese, should I say, and, Sinclair's the mouse, but, Kane, of course, went into details about, okay, so they think that, we're going to be, easily fooled on that, but we're going to have the upper hand on them. So I really, really like what they did there, because Kane's not a really dumb character, is he? He can, he can use his mind, and, I like to think of him as a strategic character, especially when it comes to moments like this, where you're hoping that, cause there was that hope, when he was talking to Sinclair, please, be ahead of his game, like, please, swindle him and all of that, and, make it think like, oh, he has your number, but you've actually got his, and, lo and behold, which he, we kind of got the hint, but when, he spoke to Lincoln, I think that was the full confirmation, but that was the kind of the hint, like, it's not going to be pretty, but I need you to, we need to do this and all of that. So, him, talking to Sinclair before he worked on the car was, like a little hint, I think, to a little bit of hope that there would be some kind of, like, that Kane and Co. would one up, Pike and everyone. And it was really, really great stuff to see, especially, the planned prison riot, which was really, really, awesome stuff to see. But yeah, I mean, this has been a very, very interesting episode, considering the fact that, Bellamy is, like I said, his character is a bit complex, considering the fact, like, like I said, I really, really love the direction they're going in, but it's so interesting considering, there were lots of elements regarding Finn, especially with the fact that this is episode 8 and he died in episode 8 of season 2 last year. Last season, should I say? Last year? Why do I keep saying that? I think it's me getting used to, like, the fact that Arrow and the Flash is back on live, so it's, yeah. He's still dealing with those, I think he's still dealing with those demons, and we've got a similar scenario happening here, but this time they want Pike, who is an even worse person, and, he just shoots, like, 2 grounders, like, in cold blood, and yeah, there we go, so, yeah. So that leads to, what to do with, Pike and all of that. And I gotta love, Harper's, was it Harper? I think, yeah, it was Harper, who said, oh, we could just shock lash him. So, yeah, I agree that. And Kane did that, which was a really, really satisfying, thing to see. But like I said, I think this episode would have been so much more complete. It's like that it's like it gives it and then it takes it away, because we were clinging on that hope that there would be some kind of rebellion, which there was. And then we were clinging on hope that, Pike would, be dethroned and all of that, and his tyranny would, kind of shatter, which we're seeing the small steps towards with Bellamy's turn. Like, I think that's Pike's, most, loyal disciple, I guess. Yeah. We're seeing small steps to that, but I think it would have been so much more complete with, a full turn, like Pike, bye Felicia. And we need that happy ending, but apparently we're going for the sad ending, so yeah. I mean, I think with Bellamy, he needs to start, he needs to start getting more into that and, like, not kiss his ass all the time, because, well, he started realizing that when, Kane was sentenced to death, which, I don't know how to feel. Like, it was really, really satisfying to see, because Bellamy, like I said, Bellamy needs to stop, kissing his ass and all of that, and now he's finally accepting the fact that, he could, that following Pike might not be the best idea, but, I think, he needs to start, like, asking more questions, potentially, so, yeah, and now he's doing that. Now, I think, now he's realizing that the fight is more against, the humans, now that he's realizing, like, oh, what are we, just executing, our own now, and all of that. So yeah, it was just really, really great stuff to see him have his doubts now. And that's the thing though, he's always been about, protecting his people, and, Pike gives him this offer on a silver platter and he takes it and all of that, especially at the vulnerable state, that he's in. But, I mean, it was just really, it's just really, really great to see that, okay, Pike might be a bit, so yeah. Where was, oh yes, the City of Light stuff as well, which, heartbreaking. I have to say, it is fucked up, though, that Raven, has forgotten about, Finn, and that's Ali's influence. And we got small doses of that with Jaha. But I loved that Jasper, kept egging on about the Finn stuff and all of that. At first I thought, is he trying to, cause her pain or something like that? But then I realized that pain clicks into the whole City of Light stuff because there's no pain and all of that. So he's realizing that there's something going on regarding the whole situation with, her connection with Finn and all of that. And, she, especially with the fact, regarding the ashes and all of that, like she was chill with that. He started getting to work and all of that, but it is fucked up. And like I said, we saw small doses of that with Jaha, but we got to see it even further in this episode, to the point where Raven is able to break out of, the whole, hold that, that Ali seemingly has and all of that. And even Ali was bemused with the fact that, someone has managed to break out of that. But it was heartbreaking because, I mean, this whole story with Raven and her connection with Finn has been heartbreaking. Like, all throughout the show, in present day terms. I mean, we saw their past in his final episode, I guess, because his final episode was technically, episode 9, but, you get the idea. But ever since then, there's been nothing but heartbreak regarding Finn in terms, in Raven's perspective. And, you know, this doesn't help whatsoever because it's heartbreaking to forget someone. And it all goes back to what my, comments were. Like, pain is a human thing. Like, we are stripped away a bit of our humanity if pain is removed and all of that. And it defines our humanity, I think. You know, it sucks, but we need that at the end of the day. So, yeah, but, yeah, I felt so bad for Raven during that, bit where she was like, breaking, from the fact that she forgot about, she forgot about Finn. It was heartbreaking stuff. But what was also heartbreaking was, you know, Jasper, discussing the good old days with Monty as well, when, you know, they were trying to crack the password to get to, Ali's thingy-mabob that, leads to the City of Lights, the chip maker thing. That was heartbreaking as well, because it was so reminiscent, and Jasper, it seems like, I'm hoping there's a bit of hope between, you know, Jasper and Monty, you know, reconnecting and all of that, and hopefully, you know, he can find some way to try and, you know, forgive him for what happened at Mount Weather, but I'm not holding out on too much hope, because currently we're going through a depression phase with, you know, the 100 stories, because, like I said, we had Lexa dead, we had, we're getting, you know, a story where we forget about painful things and, stuff associated to, you know, what could be our deepest pains, like Jaha's son, like Raven's situation with Finn. Yeah. Not very happy as well. Oh, as well as the fact that this episode, you know, kind of led us on hope in my eyes, but then it was, you know, taken away and all of that. So, yeah. But, yeah, I kind of enjoyed this episode, apart from the fact that I thought, okay, we're going to get full circle with this, especially, you know, since we're focusing, cause that's the way I see it, like, especially if it's a standalone episode, and we've currently got I guess an abnormal plot, I guess this is, because, I guess you could consider this abnormal, this whole, dictatorship and all of this with Pike and all of that, but, once, like, I was thinking once we were at a stage where I realized this might be an episode fully focused on Arcadia, that we were gonna get, like, Pike removed and all of that, and we were gonna end on some happy form, considering, you know, we haven't been having the happiest of rides for the 100. But alas. But yeah, like I said, Bellamy was, you know, it was great to see Bellamy have that conflict, but he really, said some really, you know, fascinating lines and all of that. Like I do it every day and all of that when it comes to, you know, the right decisions for his own people and all of that. So, which really plays on well now that he realizes that, you know, Pike is not the person who he thinks he is. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see where Bellamy, you know, goes with that and all of that. But, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. There's no way out for Pike with this blockade. His people are starving and, you know, he's making things worse, isn't he? So, cause, you know, turning on his people is not going to help the matter, is it? So, yeah. And this is a warning considering the fact that Pike is being a bit of a bitch to begin with. So, yeah, it's this warning, isn't it? Like, for Pike to drop his anti-grounder shit and all of that, and, you know, they can try and be happy if, you know, Pike plays nice, but, you know, that's not happening, especially since Pike's so strongly, against the grounders and all of that, but, yeah. But yeah, like I said, some Bellamy speeches were great, Kane as well, as well as his plan. It was just really, really great to see, you know, him swindle, what, you know, Pike was convinced to be like, oh, we've got him now. Like he's in our trap and all of that. So, yeah. But yeah, great episode. It was a great episode. Not as, you know, the way I expected in two terms. Like I said, I already made my point clear about how a bit disappointed I am with how they didn't come full circle with this. But I thought we were going to get some fallout as well with Clark and, you know, Lexa and all of that. So that's, I can kind of be like, thank goodness. But, you know, we still endured a lot of heartache in this episode, especially with Raven and Finn. So, but, that was the 100, and Bellamy, probably the start of season 3 thus far, because like I said, he's got a really, really interesting arc going on. It is frustrating at times, but like I said, in the grand scheme of things, I think Bellamy's story has been pretty interesting, and seeing how how this Bellamy is different from other Bellamys in season 1 and 2 and all of that. So yeah. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!